So double joy for Denmark then in the men's and women's singles. No joy for Rajiv Usif, but more English hopes in the men's doubles as Jung J.S and Lee Yong-dae of Korea, the #3 seeds, take on Anthony Clark and C.Langridge. Just to say there has been some joy for England today as we look at the Korean pair coming. The 18-year-old Toby Penty winning his first round match today. Could face Sho Sasaki in the second round. But of course we're focusing on this men's doubles match and what Anthony Clark calls a no-lose situation. I was watching his game yesterday when they took on the world #20 pair, Anthony Clark and C.Langridge. Kenta Kutsuno and Yoshiteru Hirobi won in straight games. Took them less than 40 minutes and Clark celebrated as if they'd won the gold medal itself. He was really pumped up. But it is a tough prospect, Jill, that they are facing here in this world #3 pair, the 2010 quarter-finalists of Sungwon.
Yes, but more importantly, twice silver medalists at the World Championships. Jung J.S and Lee Yong-dae, 2007 silver medalists, and again in 2009 in the most thrilling final imaginable. It was just incredible against the Chinese pair of Cai Yun and Fu Haifeng. So given their record in these major championships, yes, you're absolutely right. Tall order for the English pair to overcome such a competent pair as this.
Well, there is a world ranking and of course a win-loss ratio that's pretty impressive this year. 3 victories. They've been in the finals as well, of the Super Series finals in Taiwan. One in Thailand, in Germany, in Korea. And 3 other finals as well in Taiwan, Switzerland. In fact, Kenneth Jonassen thinks they've got the best defence in the world. Jonassen, of course, the former world #1, who's now very much part of the coaching team in England.
They do have an incredible defence, there's no doubting that. What I do have my concerns about is the fitness of Jung J.S, because in the last 2 tournaments that Lee Yong-dae has played, he's not played with his regular partner here, and he's actually played a couple of tournaments with Go Sung-hyun. So I noticed that the Korean's got his right ankle heavily strapped. But looking at Anthony Clark and C.Langridge, 40 in the world ranking, up 1 place since last week. And as you can see, their career win-loss record, they're a very new partnership indeed. In fact, they only formed their partnership at the Irish Open last December. So less than a year together, only 7 individual tournaments they've ever played together. They've won 2 titles from reaching 3 finals. So it's a good start to a partnership, but it is a very young partnership, and whether they have that real understanding that's needed, I'm not so sure. Hakan Foster, of course, the umpire from Sweden, and Thanu Karapat from Thailand, our service judge.
Well, they're going to relish this challenge. That's what Langridge and Clark have been saying. Anthony was just wishing they teamed up earlier. You mentioned they've only teamed up recently. That's because Anthony Clark's partnership with Nathan Robertson has come to an end recently. Of course, Robertson now concentrating on the mixed doubles as he comes towards the end of his career with his girlfriend Jenny Warwick. They'll be in action later on.
Langridge and Anthony Clark of England.
Well, there's no doubt who the crowd will be supporting, and you would expect nothing less. They're the underdogs.
Anthony Clark to serve to Lee Yong-dae. Love all. Play. One love.
So what do you make of the fact that, do you feel maybe that Anthony stayed with Nathan Robertson a little too long and that he should have joined up with a younger partner sooner?
No, I think that, in all honesty, I think that perhaps Anthony Clark was bitterly disappointed that the partnership didn't continue on. They had been playing men's doubles together. Of course, you and I watched them win the silver medal at the Commonwealth Games last year. They were a very good men's doubles partnership. And I think that Anthony may have felt, and I don't know, this is my own personal opinion, that Nathan could have perhaps told him earlier that he was going to concentrate on his mixed doubles, only his mixed doubles, for the 2012 Olympics. I think that Anthony may feel that if he had known earlier, he would have teamed up with Chris earlier, and therefore they would have had more time to develop this new exciting partnership full of potential. And would have been able to develop that earlier.
Sorry, Jill, what a call. That was given in and it was right on the line. And the point being as well, the reason I think he would prefer to be told earlier is because it's hampered their opportunity, this pairing here of Clark and Langridge, to make the Olympics, because they haven't got enough ranking points over the period.
Well, absolutely. And you know, it's not until May, the cut-off point for the world ranking for next year's Olympics. But the point is because they're such a new pair, they're having to qualify in major events. They had to qualify for the Indonesian Super Series, the German Open. You know, you've got to play some lesser ranked tournaments to get on the ranking initially, and then because of your ranking, you can go into the qualifying of Super Series, and that's where all the big points are.
Well, listen, they're certainly rising to the occasion very early on here. The early signs are encouraging here for Clark and Langridge. Look at this touch from Chris. Spot on. And already, and it's very early, Anthony Clark's really pumped up, isn't he? You can tell he really wants to give this his best shot.
Well, he knows that his time is limited, 33 years of age.
He's 108th cap. Of course, the most cap player is sitting right alongside me with 145.
Yeah, very proud of that record too.
I noted you're in the programme talking about the number of caps that you won, and everyone's saying they got commemorated with a photo or a piece of silver. Yours 100th cap went by with nothing, really.
Yeah, I think we'll leave it there.
Okay. Silence is golden.
Yes.
Some lovely disguised shots from the back of the court from both English players.
Great attacking play in general.
But again, we're seeing this terrific defence from the Koreans.
Yes, and that rally really exemplified the whole problem as far as the English are concerned, because, as you rightly said, great disguise on the attacking play, all-out attack from both the English players, and yet didn't get any advantage, couldn't break down the defence. And yet as soon as the Koreans had the opportunity to smash, one smash, and they forced the error. So as far as the English are concerned, they are very aggressive players. If you compare the two pairs, they certainly don't have the same quality in defence as the Koreans. So they have to make their attacking play count. Very difficult, of course, but...
This partnership of Jung J.S and Lee Young-dae, some in the Korean media may be thinking there may be a few cracks in it. The fact that, of course, as you heard too, that Lee Young-dae played with Ko Sung-kyun in the last two tournaments and won both in Canada and America. You think it's purely down to an injury?
Yes, I mean, if you look at Jung J.S, the smaller of the two Koreans, he's got his right ankle heavily strapped. In fact, it's coming up halfway up his calf muscle. Now, he's certainly the older of the two men. He's going to be 29 at the end of this month. That's a super shot from Anthony Clark.